Good morning, I'm Felicity Davey with a special ABC News update. The US Space Shuttle Columbia has disintegrated. NASA officials believe that debris that struck the left wing of Columbia during takeoff may have played a role in the shuttle's breakup, killing all 7 astronauts on board. NASA has given a briefing on the tragedy and says things started going wrong as the shuttle was beginning its descent over Texas.
Immediately upon indication of a loss of communications on STS-107, at a little after 9 a.m. this morning, we began our contingency plan to preserve all the information relative to the flight activities. I immediately advised the President and the Secretary of Homeland Security, Secretary Tom Ridge, at the point after landing was due to have occurred at 9:16. Spoke to them very briefly thereafter to advise that we had lost contact with the shuttle orbiter Columbia and STS-107 crew. They offered, the President specifically offered, full and immediate support to determine what the appropriate steps were thereafter to be taken.
It was 17 years ago that the Challenger space shuttle blew up on takeoff from Cape Canaveral. NASA officials say they are shattered by today's events.
I'm sure you understand how difficult a time this is for us right now. We're devastated because of the events that unfolded this morning. There's a certain amount of shock in our system because we have suffered the loss of 7 family members. And we're learning to deal with that.
NASA has suspended all shuttle flights pending the outcome of an inquiry into the accident. 3 astronauts remain in space at the International Space Station with enough supplies to last through until June. The disintegration of the Columbia happened almost 17 years to the day that the shuttle Challenger exploded. That disaster on January 28, 1986, killed all 7 astronauts on board. From then on, the safety record of the shuttle program has attracted wide attention.
We have booster ignition and liftoff.
This was Columbia's 28th flight since it was first launched in 1981. The shuttle is among the world's most complex vehicles used to transport people. This is the oldest shuttle at 22 years, but Columbia has undergone 2 major overhauls. The latest was completed just last year when 100 modifications were made to the orbiter. This is the 2nd mission since that work was done.
They have been continuously improving and modifying the hardware on the shuttle, so I don't think that the age of the fleet is a concern.
As the shuttle re-enters the Earth's atmosphere, it is subject to maximum intense heat and pressure.
What they're going to be looking at is the question of whether there was damage to the thermal protection system, the tiles on the shuttle, possibly at liftoff, that might have contributed to a failure of the heat shield and loss of control.
The crew at the controls of the Columbia was the most inexperienced in space ever, but experts say they doubt that played a role in this accident.
That is the latest on the shuttle disaster from the ABC Newsroom. We'll have more in an hour and extended coverage in the news at 7.